That's right, Jeff. I am now joined by Karl-Magnus Troedsson. You are a senior producer at DICE Stockholm.
That's right.
How's it going, sir?
Good, thank you.
Thanks for coming by. You've come to show us Battlefield: Bad Company.
Absolutely.
So it's, obviously we're coming from the Battlefield lineage. We're talking a first-person shooter, military setting, but it seems like that's kind of where the similarities start to not be the same from previous Battlefield games. Tell us what the setup is here.
There's a lot of things that are different from other Battlefield games that we've had before, and one of the big things is that we now have a fully-fledged character and story-driven single-player part in it.
So the single-player now a more significant part of the experience for Battlefield fans.
Yeah.
What's the setup? Let's jump into it. But what's going on in Bad Company?
When we jump into the game right now, we're somewhere in the eastern parts of Europe.
Okay.
We're there with our squad mates, the three of them that we're going to follow throughout the game, and we're about to invade a neutral country, actually, in our chase for the gold treasure, this mercenary gold that we've been chasing throughout the game. So in order to get there, we need to just jump the Russians that have this border crossing, and we need to take them by surprise and try to get through as quickly as we can.
So right off the bat, we're not talking about like military organizations. You're mercs.
Well, you don't play mercs. Actually, we play the U.S. Army, but there are three other armies in the game: the Russians and the Middle East Coalition, and then you have the Mercenary Army, which is the deadliest one. So I'm going to kick it off here by using the Mortar Strike Radio, which is a pretty powerful gadget that we have in the game, which is good for just taking out things if they're like the 50 caliber gun down there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, excellent.
So are you just painting that target with?
Yeah, I'm sending the coordinates back to the shelter or whatever they call it, where you have the actual guys firing the mortar strike. We have another nest over there down by the street. We really don't want to get in the crossfire over there. So this is where a new handy feature of the Frostbite engine enables us to use the destruction of the various things in the game. So if I want to go in there, can't find a door, just make one. If you have the right tools for the job, you can destroy pretty much everything in this game. If I want to go out on the other side, if you just
it's a little smoky.
Yeah,
there you go.
There we go. We go out on the other side again.
So we're talking entirely new engine for this game?
Absolutely.
And obviously a huge focus on destruction here.
Yeah. So, I mean, when we started out building this game a long time ago and building the Frostbite game engine, we felt that we need to do something to really, it's next gen. It's not just about visual eye candy, it's about doing something with the gameplay as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, aside from simple stuff like, making your own path, how else does destruction kind of figure into the gameplay experience?
Well, it depends on how much imagination you actually have, I think, because it's a similar way to what Battlefield has done before. Like in Battlefield 2, the people strapped C4 on the Jeep and drove it into whatever it might be to take out the enemies. You can use your imagination here as well to create, an example. A sniper doesn't always have to lay on the same roof like you do in Strike Like I Can, the old BF2 level, for instance. You can just, go up in a house on the second floor, third floor, make a hole in the wall, and suddenly you have a perfect vantage point over the street or something like that.
Now you talked about you've got your teammates that are with you.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about just what the team tactics are like. Is this kind of like with modern combat, where it was switching between characters?
It's actually the opposite. You don't switch between the characters in such a way. We want to stay away from that. Since we want you to play one character. You play Preston Marlowe, which is one character, and then you have three other characters that you'll get to know throughout the story as their story unfolds and why they ended up in B Company, so to say.
Excellent.
Yeah. We're going to see the helicopter coming in, and that's a pretty powerful foe. I climbed into this anti-aircraft gun just to try to take it out, which is also very handy if you have vegetation that is in your way, because destruction applies to that as well. So you can just pretty much just mow everything down.
Shredding this, that's the world's meanest lawnmower right there.
I'm going to try to take out the helicopter here, see if I can do some damage. Yeah, there we go, I got him. Just going to crash into the forest. There we go.
Excellent.
So we like to call it tactical destruction because it's not just eye candy, it's more of, if somebody's hiding behind a wall like that, up in the house, I'm about to die here, I need to heal myself with the adrenaline shots, which I stab myself in the chest with. I
have to say, I'm going to say I've never stabbed myself in the chest with a needle before.
Playing this game,
but
you will have.
I'm going to say that he seemed like he recovered from that pretty quickly. I'd say I'd probably need to take a little, again, I'm not in any sort of military organization, but I think I'd probably need to take a little pause.
Yeah. So, I mean, the game, when we talked about this as well, it's not all, right now we jump straight into the action, but there will be calmer moments as well, because it can't be all this action all the time. We believe that when you tell the story, when you present the characters, there needs to be more calmer moments.
Now, you're talking about there's being these multiple factions that you're dealing with here. does your relationship with one affect that with another, or is it just they're always aggressive towards you?
No, yeah, they're always aggressive towards. Well, not the U.S. Army. You have to fool the U.S. Army every now and then, or the friendlies, because you have to get around their orders, so to say. But when you meet them, there will be hostiles pretty much all the time if you can't fool them. So they don't have that much to do with each other. It's more of, we see it as the squad going on an adventure within the war. So they start out in Eastern Europe, and then they move through Russia, and they move through on this. So it's not about the war in itself. It's more about what happens in this adventure.
So these guys are in the U.S. Army, but they're not really acting like it.
Well, in the beginning they are. In the beginning they're all like, okay, we're good for this, but they've been placed in bad company for various reasons. I mean, bad company, that's what the army put their, the renegades, the people that they want to get rid of or whatever it might be.
All the bad eggs in one basket.
Exactly, and they send them on suicide mission. And the squad in this game, they get tired of that, and they want to, they want to find something else. And when they start hearing rumors about this mercenary gold treasure, they decide to go for it. But that means that they have to leave their own army behind. They have to go AWOL. They have to break orders. So the game isn't about getting medals and honor and those kind of things. It's about the other side of the spectrum.
It's about mercenary gold.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, exploding barrels.
Yeah, well, you need them if you can hit them, I mean.
Excellent. Jeff.
Yes.
You want to shoot us some questions from the folks at home?
I most certainly do. Let's see here. We have a question from Nate in Indiana who wants to know a little bit more about the physics. How much work had to go into the physics in this game to get it up to this level?
Quite a lot, I would say. I mean, we're working with Havoc in the game engine, so we're going to get a lot of that power in there. That together with Frostbite gives us the power so we can do a lot of it. So the physics that are being replicated on various things is quite advanced.
Oh, and then you ate it.
And I died.
Now, we're looking at the single player here. Is there still going to be a multiplayer component to Bad Company?
Absolutely. I mean, we're DICE. We would never ship a game without a very strong multiplayer. We don't talk that much about the multiplayer right now, but there will be like, I don't know, 50-50 focus on the actual game when it get out there. So it depends on what kind of player you are. Do you want to play offline or online? We try to cater to both.
Excellent. Is there any sort of co-op stuff in there?
Co-op? No.
No, okay. Strictly competitive there for the online. Jeff Gersten, more questions, please.
Okay, let's see. Bjorn in Norway wants to know: can you make a building fall on someone, or can you make the different, the physics? Can you kill dudes with trees and all kinds of stuff like that?
Absolutely. I mean, if you shoot at a tree, I don't know if you saw that in the clip before. If you shoot at a tree and it falls down, it will break. There various things that it hits. If it hits somebody, it will damage them as well. So it depends on it. Not every single piece of debris you won't kill somebody, but because we can't replicate everything over the network. But there's still a lot of things that are going to affect each other when it happens.
If a building or something explodes, is there shrapnel to worry about?
Yeah.
Excellent.
And shockwave from the actual damage of what kind of weapon it is.
Now, we saw earlier you called in that artillery strike. Are there, what other kind of big weapons are people going to be able to access in this?
Well, the Mortar Strike is one cool gadget, which is a handheld gadget. You, of course, have a lot of different vehicles as well. It's Battlefield, so we have air vehicles, land vehicles, sea vehicles. But when it comes to the infantry, we also have something that we call the laser designator. You can use to fire at vehicles, which means that a jet flies by, drop a bomb, and you guide it in. I'll see if I can find a sniper kit, and I'll see if I can demo that to you, because it looks really nice, actually.
While you're on your way there, I want to know about actually piloting vehicles. I saw you earlier, you were in a Jeep. What other types of vehicles? I mean, is it going to be like the full range of Battlefield? Am I going to be able to get into a jet at some point in this game?
Well, jets we're staying away from because they fly too fast, actually. But we have helicopters of various kinds, attack helicopters, transport helicopters, all these different kind of air vehicles that we have.
Excellent. Are we getting our way to our
it's just
sniper pack here?
I don't know where I'll put it. Maybe I'll put it here.
Find these guys, get them out of your way first. Jeff, can you shoot me another question while we're on our way to the sniper pack?
I most definitely can. Rodolfo in Peru, I believe that might be our first question from Peru, wants to know if the enemies can also take advantage of the ability to destroy the environment to get at you.
Yes, they can. Let's see if I don't know how much time we have left, if we can play all the way over there, but I'll...
Let's see this...
let's use I'm going to bounce it off the vehicle down here.
Okay.
So I'm right... Ooh, I need to heal myself first. The AI is pretty dangerous in this demo, but... Here we go.
There it is.
I'm going to bounce it off. I need to hold it for a couple of seconds and stand still, and I'm pretty vulnerable at that point. Damn.
They're giving you trouble.
Well, let's try again. We'll try here.
All right, paint it.
So we're painting it for a couple of seconds. And that should do it. Now we're locked on. Now I need to guide the bomb in. This is like a small mini game. Let's see if we can see it.
Oh, wow.
It's
So
down
actually...
there at the square. Let's see if we can hit it. It's a bit hard.
Off,
Jump out
off.
and there we go. We take it out. So this is a very, very powerful gadget that you can use. So you can have a sniper sneaking around, taking pot shots at people. But if you have an enemy tank coming in, you can also use this weapon to take them out.
Excellent. Jeff, you want to give us some more questions?
I've got actually just a comment. You know, we got to stretch this thing out because I want to see this tank.
Okay, let's do that.
I got to see the tank earlier, and it was glorious to see it go down. I want to see you get to the tank and do it in real rough.
I'm going to try to play through as quickly as I can so we get to that because
Cool.
I like that part as well. I have a knife now. That's not the best thing.
But I have an actual...
Rifle. I need to clear the last house, and that's
I
a
have
bit
an
of
actual question from the audience as well. Derek in Tennessee wants to know, can you shoot through walls with it? Or is there any kind of bullet penetration just with your standard assault rifle and stuff?
Absolutely. I mean, look at this shed, for instance. If I run in here and I think that I will be in cover, you know, that won't help me. You know, the people can shoot through that with pretty much all the weapons that they have. If you run into a house, then you're in better cover. But if we, like we do, oh, grab this. There you go. Yep, that's the last guy, I think. If we see if we can move on. Let's just clear the last house here. So now when the mission moves forward, we get a bit of an in-game VO moment. We need to gather the squad together again. Let's see if they're here.
Hey, orange smoke, just like outside earlier today.
Exactly. Actually, I think the squad is busy somewhere else. Where are they at? So right now they're busy engaging some other enemies. I need to help them out, clear that out before we can move on. I think they're hiding over here.
Is that, so are they the red circles up on the mini-map
Yeah.
there?
So as soon as I spot somebody or somebody shoots at me or one of my friends spots an enemy, they will show up on the minimap. So he doesn't see me there. That's good. I can shoot him straight through the fence. There's one on the other side there as well. Oh, I missed him. There we go. While I'm here, I really want to show you this feature.
Okay.
The vegetation destruction I showed before, that we're really going for this before and after shot. There's about 30,000 trees on a level like this, and you can mow them all down like this in all its glory. So there's a lot of this environment that, see, you even got an achievement there, Happy Lumberjack. Meaning that, I mean, we tie a lot of things into what you're doing, so the destruction will, you know, it will resonate in the persistence of the game as well. So let's see if we can move on. It all has to do with the squad. They have to follow me to that place, and if they don't, sometimes they don't want to do that.
So you've got some pretty excellent gear here. What sort of weapon loadouts can you equip your character with?
Well, it's especially in the single player, there's going to be pacing, of course, included. So you need to, you know, pace it so how you deliver it when you get the laser designated for the first time.
Sure.
But I mean, when you play it in multiplayer, there will be a lot of different things going on with the actual loadouts. That you will, you know, the persistence, you will unlock different things, and you can add that to your loadout when you start playing and so forth. So now we have a short VO moment here.
If you would actually refer to this tactic as surgical.
I know. There's blood all over the place.
Yeah, right. Hey, what's that sound?
So now the tank is coming in that we talked about before. It's coming in over the bridge over there, and that's a really serious enemy. And you've seen me doing a lot of destruction right now, but the AI is going to do that as well. If you hide behind various things, they will try to blow you out of the water pretty much. So this tank, with that main gun, can destroy anything. If we run in here and hide inside the house, and he spots us, we are not really that safe. Because he has already taken out that part. He's looking for me now. He saw me. That's dangerous. I need to heal myself. I only have a couple of seconds now. I'm going to try to use the laser designator again. See if I can see him through the smoke there. Where is he? There he is. Let's go. If he sees us now we have a problem. Oh, hide.
You almost had it.
Yeah, almost.
Oh, except that you'd be totally exposed while you're guiding the...
So this is a typical sniper kit that you need to be careful about how you do this. So I'm going to try to bounce it off again.
So you're already locked on from your
So it works
previous.
through the smoke, which is pretty cool as well. So now I'm just going to take cover for a bit and then guide the bomb in again. Let's see if I can hit it. This is my TV.
I'm going to square up with it.
There we go. And the tank is ready. There you go.
Awesome.
That's how you do it.
Excellent. Well, I say that's a grand finish to the demo.
Cool.
Karl-Magnus, thanks for coming by and giving us a look at Battlefield Bad Company. We're looking at the Xbox 360 version of this. You're also going to do a PS3 version?
Absolutely.
And you're looking at an 08 release date right now? Do you have a solid one, or are you just...
It's not pretty set yet, but it's in the beginning of 08.
Early 08?
Early, I would say.
We'll call it the first half.
Yeah, first half, it sounds good.
Be generous with you.
Yeah.
Thanks again, sir, for coming by and giving us a look at the game.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Up next, we've got to look at NHL 08.